just want to demonstrate with these settings. So you can see I've got 16 and 17 included. I've notched out 18, 19. I have got 21, 22 enabled, and 23, 24, 25 discriminated out. The rest of the signals higher are still active. So have a listen to this. That double bounce, a dead giveaway for a gold coin and a shallow one. And that's what you're listening for with these settings. There are a lot of signals you won't hear. And that's the idea behind this, is that you don't hear a lot of signals. And when you're learning, the more signals you hear, the more confusing it is. So the idea is, listen for this kind of signal. 21, 22. Let's dig it. And we'll see what that is. I'm going to just put in pinpointing mode, so we can really home in on it. So where the centre of the coil is now is where that target is going to be. Mark it there. And let's have a look. Just to verify that we're right. And it is what we're actually looking for. Using my pinpointer. Fastest beeps are there, so that should be close to the target right there. The shallow plug, it's hard with one hand, but we'll do our best. And there it is, I can see it in the hole. $2 coin. Exactly what we expected it to be, exactly what we're looking for. That double bounce 21, 22, it's generally going to be a gold coin, so that's a good start. The other thing you should always do is check our hole, check our area, because often where there's one gold coin there'll be another. Look at that. Right next to the other one, another signal. Our pinpointer to home in on it. There. Oh, it's quite hard to do this in one hand. I can see it already. Another $2 coin. So that's $4 in the space of about 30 or 40 centimetres. Again, before we do our hole in, we'll just have a bit more of a scout around. No more signals in this area. In our holes. There's already a bit of a muddy spot there. It's nice and wet here at the moment, that'll grow back quickly. I'll push the dirt back in so it's solid. That won't come out when it's mowed. And we're good to go. Let's head for the next one. Just scan through here. There it is. Listen to that. Bounce that we're talking about. 21. I'll slow down. That's 21, 22, 23, but 21, 22. That is the perfect sound of a $1 or $2 coin, probably a $2 coin. So let's just see if we're right. Again, use our pinpointer. Home in on it. Okay. Shortest sounding beeps are there. And if we go in, I like to try to dig a hinged plug wherever possible so that it's easy to replace and you're not leaving a mess. So you don't want to leave a mess. We definitely want to make it look like we haven't been here. And it's in the plug right there. So it's getting close, it's right here somewhere. There it is. $2 coin. So that double bounce is just a dead giveaway for them. As soon as you hear it, you know it's within 1 or 2 centimeters of the surface, and it should be a fairly easy extraction. So the main thing, guys, is to make sure that you dig a plug, and when you fill in your holes, just take a little bit of time to try to make sure that nobody knows you've been there. If you've got to dig a bit of dirt out as well, use a towel or a bag or something like that, put your dirt on, tip it back into the hole, you're done. And that way you won't make a mess. But this area I'm in now is a little bit damp, quite wet, had a lot of rain. As long as I'm patting these down, filling my holes in, that will have no problem growing back. If there's a little bit of mud there, a little bit of bare spot, but it is patchy anyway. But at the moment, because it's so wet, that will be fine. Let's see if we can find some more. So I should show you how I finished my holes, or finished with my holes once I found the target. So this was where the 50-cent piece came from. Got my dirt on my towel, or my bag in this case. I'm just going to tip it back into the hole. Like that. It's a bit muddy here at the moment, so it's not ideal. But we'll just put it in the hole. And then I will just stand on it. As best I can with the conditions I've got. Pat it down. Generally speaking, that's pretty good. You can't really tell there's been a hole. Check the hole. Nothing else in it. Good to go. Okay, so this time we have a 16 with a bit of a double bounce to it. So a 16 is a 20-cent piece, but it's also a lot of other things. It can be a lot of rubbish, it can be a 16. But we use the same technique as the 50-cent piece, where you get your signal, it's pretty consistently a 16, turn 90 degrees to the way you originally were swinging, still a 16, still a 16, occasionally a 17, but mostly pretty much on any angle, where it's flicking a little bit between the two. But a 16 or a 17, 16 there, that's pretty strong, consistent. So I'm pretty sure that's a 20-cent piece. So let's check it out. See, a 20-cent piece, just like we thought. Beautiful. So the signals, when they're that clear, usually pretty, like 80-90% of the time, it's going to be the 20-cent, 50-cent, $1 or $2 coin that you think it is, but occasionally it's going to be something else, and that's just how it works. You can improve your chances though by using the settings that I've shown, by filtering out other target IDs that you're not really looking for. But if you were looking for old coins or jewellery, things like that, you would of course enable a lot of the target IDs that I've discriminated out. They would be on, but this is just about finding common spendable coins in the park, which we're doing pretty well. Let's move on. Always check your hole. see if there's anything else in there. There is something else in there. Let's just use the metal detector to see what it reckons the target ID is, because it could be another coin in there. Let's flip the plug back over to make it easy to swing. No. So there's no 16 or 17 there, or 21, 22. So whatever's in the ground, if I turn all metal on, I can now hear it, whatever it was that the pinpointer was picking up. That's a 13, 14, 12. I mean, it could be a 10-cent piece. No, but it is down deeper, a lot deeper. And today I'm not really looking for those kinds of targets, so I'm not going to dig that. But what we will do is put our dirt back in the hole. And put our plug back down. And do our best to make it look like we haven't been here. Again, it's quite wet here, so it's a bit hard to do that at the moment, but you always do the best you can to make it look like you haven't been there. And if I stand up and look at that plug area, the context of the park, you know, no one's going to notice that. It looks quite neat. So while it's important to show you good targets and, you know, digging up $1 and $2 coins, 50-cent pieces, 20-cent pieces, showing you what they sound like, it's also good to dig up things that you don't think are as good. The signals aren't as strong, but they're still giving you a tone. So I've got a tone here. It's a 16 or 17, but see how it's not repeatable. So when I swing over it, I'm only getting a sound every now and again. If I turn on a different angle, again, I'm only getting it every now and then. I'm not getting it every swing. So on this angle though, I am getting it every swing. So to me that means it's either a piece of junk, like a pull top or something along those lines, or it could be a 20-cent piece, but it's on its edge or on a strange angle. So let's see what it is, because it'll be a good learning exercise anyway. So it's about there. And my footies. I can't pick it up with the pinpointer yet, so it's down a little bit deeper than 2 or 3 centimetres. So let's dig the plug. There, we've got it. And look at that ring pull. So there you go. It sounded good from one direction, but only in one direction pretty much, and it was flaky from the other side, 16, 17, and I was losing the signal, picking it up again when I moved around, and that's usually a pretty good indicator that it's going to be rubbish. A ring pull is a 16 quite often, or a 17, so this shows you that yeah, there is a difference between rubbish and a good target once you get to know the difference. And so that ring pull came out of this hole. I'm just checking it again. There's no other targets in there in the 16 or 17 range, all metal mode. There is iron in there in that area. No other 16 or 17, 21, 22 targets, and filled our hole. You can't really even tell it's been dug. That's good. Okay, so this is the wrap up. So we gave those settings a go in a park area for about an hour and a half it could have been, and I had accepted just 16, 17, 21, 22 and up, and so I was rejected all those other signals, and we did pretty well. You can see there there's a lot of rubbish too though, and that's normal. I mean, cans, aluminium cans sound a lot like 21, 22s and coins, $1 and $2 coins a lot of the time. ring pulls sound a lot like 17s and 16s, and good signals, 50 cent, 20 cent pieces. Bottle caps often sound like $1 and $2 coins. They're about the same diameter as a $1 coin. They do sound like a good target. But yeah, we've done all right. We've found, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, $12 in twos, a couple of $1 coins, $2 in 50 cent pieces. One's been hammered by the lawnmower. Some 20 cent pieces there, 1 and 2 cent pieces, which are fairly normal. They can also sound a bit like $1 and $2 coin at times. That's not too bad for an hour and a half. But yeah, you are going to find rubbish, there's no doubt about it. There's plenty of rubbish in parks, and it's a matter of just working your way through it, and you'll get better at picking out the rubbish from the good signals the more you detect. So get out there, give it a go, dig clean, fill your holes in, and hopefully you find a few dollars. Good luck.